Hi there, I'm Sally Franz, and I'm with Serenity House of Clallam County, and you have just arrived at this great new podcast, which is Good News for a Change, Serenity Style. And I'm here today with Mike McEvoy, and he is with WorkSource, but he does a specialty of that area. What do you specialize in at WorkSource?
Veterans.
Okay, veterans and veteran services, helping them out.
From the get-go, whether they come to me and I interview them and see what they need, and if they have what we call a significant barrier to employment, then I help them to remove those barriers.
Nice.
And get prepared for employment, and then find a job.
Okay, and then they roll on, and I know that the reason we're talking with Mike today is because we interact. We're helping people find homes, and sometimes we have a vet that needs a home. Sometimes he's got a vet that's looking for a home, and so we're what we call sister agencies, and it works really well because we're not apt to always get the vets. They're looking for a vet association or services in this case. What would you say is your mission? Is your mission to help them find work?
Well, at WorkSource, our mission is to get everybody employed.
Okay.
But I'm specialized in veterans.
Okay.
And so I go under the assumption that we leave no veteran behind.
Okay, great.
No matter what it is, we figure out a way to help them.
Awesome. Okay. And is there any misconceptions that people have about what you do? Are people thinking you do something else that you don't? Or
Well, a lot of people think that I'm maybe a service officer, that I can help them with get benefits through the VA or something like that.
Okay.
No, I'm employment, but I know where to send them.
Okay.
Whatever they need.
Yeah.
So the misconception about WorkSource, though, is they say, oh, it's the state unemployment office. No. Unemployment's all done by telecenters and stuff like that. We're called WorkSource because we're a source for work.
And is it a nonprofit then?
It is a nonprofit, and it's all prepaid through taxpayers' dollars.
Okay.
And so what we basically do is we help whatever is needed for that person to find gainful employment. It can be anything from getting a resume together to maybe if somebody's been homeless for a while, they need to learn the soft skills again. They need to know about how to conduct themselves. They need clothing. We help them find clothing. If they need a home, we partner with
Send them our way.
and,
That's right.
And send them over there.
So you're really for that vet. You can be a hub to get back to having the life they deserve, and they fought for our country to have a piece of that American dream, and you're helping them get there.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm hearing. Let's see. So you said your funding is tax based. Comes out of county taxes, or
right? Well, it comes out of whatever taxes go. Because the money comes from the Fed's dollars,
okay,
and it can filter through the state and then to us, and so. But it all comes out of taxes.
Okay.
Just like
which is
agency.
a great thing. I want to tell you, this is your tax dollars at work in a place that really makes a difference for our community. So sometimes we don't always see where our tax dollars go. And here you are, right here, this incredible service for people that just need a hand up. They just need information. Where do I go? Mm-hmm. How do I? Again, somebody needs a good interview suit. And they, how it is. Anybody who's ever been out of work, you need a good interview suit, but you don't have the job yet to pay for it. And if you don't have a credit card or you're not using those anymore, like I don't have any credit cards anymore, you got to have the suit first. And so we have places to get that. We have the clothing closets that are run as nonprofits. We're going to be interviewing some of those people on this podcast. It's just that you know. So you serve vets. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming any vet.
Anyway.
And tell me a success story.
Okay, well, we had. You don't
have to use names, but
I had one person come in.
Okay.
And he says, I'm a veteran and I'm looking for work, but I don't know what to do. And he was really dressed shabbily and whatever, and I could tell immediately that he'd been on the streets for a while. And I said, well, do you have your DD-214?
Okay, that's a
No,
special form.
that's the proof of veteran status.
Okay.
And he says, no. I said, do you have a driver's license? And he says, no. Do you have, do you have any ID? He says, no.
Wow.
And I said, well, you're going to have problems there, He says, well, every time I go to get a Washington State anything, they need to know my birth certificate. If I go to Social Security, they need something also. Everybody needs something. And he says, I have nothing.
Wow.
I have nothing but the clothes on my back.
Wow.
So I was able to get him his veterans papers because he could remember.
That much?
Yeah. Most veterans, well, for one thing, they never forget boot camp.
So they got their serial number.
So they got their serial number, and then they can tell me when they got out of the service, and I can get them their veterans papers.
Wow.
Once I have their veterans papers, which are stamped, certified from the VA,
Right.
that are from records and archives, then once they have that, then they can. There's proof of
and then you get the ball rolling because
ball
then you
rolling,
can get
then
everything
other
else.
ID and stuff like that. And while this
amazing.
is going on concurrently, we can help them with their resume and with their basic skills classes and whatever is needed. And so this one person came in, had nothing but the clothes on his back. Within a week, I was able to get his veterans papers. The next day, he was able to get some ID. And then I put him in touch with another program that we have at WorkSource called the Workforce Investment Act, and they were able to talk to an employer saying that we will pay for this person half this person's salary if you will give them a chance. And we will pay their salary, half their salary for 6 months.
Good deal for an employer.
Right, and if you like this person, we expect you to hire them.
Right.
In the end, and this person took it one step further. Said to the employer, "I will work for nothing."
Wow.
For a weekend, so you can see me and I can see you.
Wow.
And then you can tell me whether you
want to go,
whether you even want to do this.
Yeah.
And that person went and did that for a weekend, and they just loved him, and immediately did the OJT program, and he had to walk out for miles to get to work. What they did is they had somebody had a used car that they weren't using, allowed him to use he had his driver's license because we had his veterans papers, and so he was able to use the car.
It snowballed the right direction.
It snowballed. And then Serenity House was able to get him housing. And so now that person is gainfully employed, full-time, on his own, and paying his own rent and everything. He's just...
I don't know about you guys, but I got tears in my eyes with that one. It happens. I think what I want people to know is that when you give to homelessness in Clallam County, when you support Serenity House and Workforce, and you get the word out, people do get out of that pit and they get on with their lives. And so sometimes you see that's not happening. You feel like you see homeless all the time, and maybe you're just giving money to an empty pit. It's not true. There may be new people who've lost their jobs. And remember, a lot of the reason why people are homeless is because we don't have enough homes in Clallam County that are affordable. So this is the great example. Let me ask you, is there volunteer opportunities with your organization?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a state organization.
Okay, great.
But the people we work with, like Serenity House,
Right.
have volunteers, and we all work together. It takes a community.
Right.
And we have a wonderful one.
And we have a fabulous community. And again, we want to thank you guys, and tell any vet you know, if you find somebody in hard times, there's somebody panhandling in your area, and they're a vet, WorkSource. Now, where are you guys located?
They don't have to be a veteran.
Oh, to go to Workforce.
I mean, WorkSource helps everybody.
Even better.
And so, a lot of times somebody doesn't know where to go.
Right.
They want to get out of the hole that they're in, but they don't really know how to go about it. We will interview them, and we will go from the very basics that they need and build up from there.
Okay, and where's the location of WorkSource?
228 West 1st Street in Port Angeles, That's Armory Square, directly above
The
driver's
DMV.
licensing.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
if
you
I
know where the
cover the
DMV
floor,
is,
I do
and that's
that
really
right now.
near City Hall. So, and what's the grocery store in the corner there?
That's
Country Air.
Country Air, yeah.
Okay, so if you know, if you can't figure out where this is, park at Country Air and keep walking west,
Yeah.
and you'll find it. So I just want to thank you again, but I want to make sure everybody's got your website.
Yeah.
So that is WorkSourceWA. So that's WORK. I'm reading it here. SOURCEWA.com. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, Mike, thanks so much for visiting us, and we're just thrilled for the work you're doing. Yay!
Yeah.
It works, folks. It works, and so I want to remind you this is good news for a change, Serenity Style. I'm Sally Franz, and we thank you for joining us today. See you soon.